It could have gone the other way. I could have just gone back and put the axe away, but then she started on me again, like, so I just went back, picked up the axe, and then used it, the blunt end on her. So, I hit her 3 or 4 times, the police reckoned it was about 13 or 14 times. I just sat down, had a cigarette, and finished making the coffee that I was doing and drank that, whilst I thought of my next move. You say, you're beginning to calm down a bit, and you've got a dead body there, There's no way you can get away with that, So I thought I'd better go and hand myself in, which is what I did, I walked to the police station. It was about 6 miles or something like that. 6 or 7 miles, and just walked through the night, to go and hand myself in at Reading. It was raining, yeah. I do remember having the tune going through my head about the doors, that Riders of the Storm, like, there's a killer on the road. I think just going over and over and over in my head. That. I do actually remember being in that home and then people coming, they wanted a boy and a girl, and in the end they took myself and my brother instead. Just went from Bernardo's into Bernardo's aftercare, into a detention centre, and then from detention centre into prisons. One of the things about prison is you've got the rules, and you've got the unwritten rules, and he may have been aware of the rules, but he certainly wasn't aware of the unwritten rules. We ended up having a clash, and he lost. After having assaulted the prison officer, he sort of stuck down in a cage on the Isle of Wight, and prowling around the yard like a lion with a sore paw, basically, I was sort of going through my mind that I didn't want to carry on going the way I was going, because I could see that either I was going to kill someone, again, or someone was going to kill me. I mean, I'd already worked that out by that time, and I didn't want that situation to continue, so that I was trying to change it. So that was the thing, is recognising that you can't continue the way you're going. The first law book I got was called Fuchs Administrative Law. When I opened it up, it fell open on a page, about power and abuse of power, which is, what I thought prison was all about.
Hold on a second. Just go and settle down.
It means everything, He was grateful for a second chance. I could see that as soon as I brought him home.
You rescued me, Dad. You got me out of that place. And I've been grateful ever since. I am, honestly, Dad. I'm very loyal to you. All I want is to be loved.
He went round every room, sniffing, everything like that. Upstairs, downstairs, kitchen. And he came and sat down next to me, put his head on my lap, just like he's doing now, and looked up at me like that, and it was as though he said, "I'm home, Dad."
You're right, Rocky, it's a pizza delivery rubbish. Yes, you're right. Sorry, Rocky, you're right. Shut up. Shh.
You read about like Perry Mason or Rumpole or the Bailey and, Morse, who never lose cases, but they're just fictional ones. I don't know of any real-life lawyers who can claim not to have lost their cases in court. One thing is knowing your own argument, knowing the other side's argument, and then boxing the judge in, so he didn't have any option really but to decide in your favour. And that's how I used to plan my cases. I was going through something on the internet, and I Google searched for prisoners and the law or something like that, and it was giving a write-up of them, and I went down a lot. I come across 4 or 5, and then I went down a bit further, and then a few more like that. And just on this one page, there was something like about 20 of my cases in this one book, and I said, when you go down it and you see all those, Hirst versus this, Hirst versus the other, Hirst, like that, and that's when you know, and that's just in one textbook. Well, you can leave past behind, but you never forget things, I mean, you have your patterns. I mean, even this house, if you look at it, with the security camera up, and there's no way in at the back, I can only come forward, even my routine, you don't lose your past in that sense, you never totally get away from it, and I don't think it's a good thing that if you did do, because I think it'd make you more vulnerable.